Welcome back to At Your Leisure. It's product review time. It's the What's New segment of our show. And boy, I tell you what, up at Weller's Recreation, the closest dealership to the snow, we've got some snowmobile news. And this thing is so filled with features, I didn't want to miss anything. So I asked owner Paul Weller to join us. Paul, thanks.
You're welcome.
So let's talk about the 850 ETEC Turbo. This is a new sled that is turning heads and surprising people on the slopes, huh?
It is.
So why don't you explain to me how this setup with the handlebars and the seat all works?
You bet. So 2 or 3 things they've done this year. One is a narrower seat and a shorter seat.
And an angled seat.
And so the taper on the seat matches the taper of the tunnel exactly. So you're not hitting your shin and your calf when you're side hilling side to side. And the shorter seat allows you to go back and forth with your foot easier without catching the seat.
Okay, Paul, they've done a lot on the track back here too. I think we should take a look at that.
Yeah. In years past, the normal tunnel would be about right here.
About right there.
And then the snow flap would come over the back. In this expert package, they've shortened the tunnel and they've tapered a little bit more, and thus allowing the snow evacuation to come out the back of the machine.
I'm going to make sure I'm correct about this. These don't have a starter on them, but they're still electric start.
So these are electric start, but there is no battery and there is no starter motor. The shot system is really 2 components. The capacitor stores energy. And when you start it up first thing in the morning, you have to pull start it.
Yep.
It takes 2 minutes to charge that capacitor. But after that, you push the button and it starts. What that does, when you push the button, it sends a signal to the capacitor, which grabs the magnet and spins the engine over and starts the machine.
So far, everything we've talked about has been the expert package.
Yes.
This is still yet one other option. I've never seen a turbo like this in a machine. I've seen lots of aftermarket. There are even some guys locally that make them. This looks just mind-blowing.
BRP and Ski-Doo developed their own turbo system. So this isn't a third party. They developed their own turbos, and they do that on their wheeled machines also. But part of this system also has a back pressure sensor in the exhaust. It has its own oiling system that oils that turbo. Really the only machine on the market with a turbo on a 2-stroke that offers warranty. You can get up to a 4-year warranty on this machine.
Really, a 4-year warranty on it?
Yep.
With the turbo?
With the turbo.
Okay, Paul, one of the other things that guys with turbos, they blow them up, but then they also say, and Mario Andretti said this when he was racing turbos in Indianapolis, that there's a time lag on the turbos that kind of hinders deceleration.
Right. So one of the things that Ski-Doo has done, and virtually no other aftermarket turbo has, is there's 2 sources of air that feed the engine. And so you don't get any lag. There's a real linear power curve. You don't get the on and off like you do with the aftermarket turbo.
Okay, so I'm sitting here looking at the clutch cover, and I'm seeing like electronic inputs into it. What's going on here?
So that's another innovation. The temperature of the clutches gets, I think, over 165 degrees, 167 degrees. There will be a warning that beeps at you in the dash that says, hey, your belt's hot, your clutches are hot, cool it down. So the second item that they've done, you'll notice that they have fins on this clutch on both sides, and there's also fins on the back side of this drive clutch. And what that does is create a wind tunnel. So when this clutch cover is in, this is a cold air intake right here, and it mounts up to the inside of this
Oh, okay, so it's
cover.
It's pulling straight cold air off the trail.
And there's a vent right here. And so what that does is these fins pull air in from the outside, cools the clutches and the belt, and then evacuates the hot air down here.
Well, there's one side benefit, keeps your feet warmer.
Obviously, the next step is to the rear suspension. It's the limiter strap adjuster, and that just allows you to set the ski lift to your preference. In deep snow conditions, steep hills, you want it short because you want those skis down. In low snow, hard pack, you want it long so it's easy to maneuver.
Okay, and is this pretty simple to operate?
Yes. All you do is you pull this out, run it around along, the adjustment's made. All you have to do is drive away, it happens automatically.
Great.
If you want to go short, you pull that out, bring it back around to short, now it's short.
Okay, Paul, you've done a great job of explaining all of the features on this, and I'm really impressed. But you know, I'm a little bit of a skeptic, and I know there are a lot of people watching this review that are a little bit skeptical. Is this thing really that much better than a regular?
It's everything they've advertised.
All right, well, are you ready to prove it?
You bet. Let's go.
All right, let's go. Well, you can't test a turbo and all of its horsepower in the shop, so we're just east of Camas, up in the mountains, and we got Paul with the turbo on my right, and we've got Tyler with the 850 Expert stock machine on my left. Gentlemen, this is cool. Start your engine. Man, that's impressive. Best not let a guy like me at the helm of one of these. But I know you, and I know you're going, that's the machine I gotta have. So if you want to check it out, you can go to Weller's Recreation, State Highway 248 in Camas. And I was just there earlier today, and I think there are 5 or 6 of them floating around, so there's one that probably has a tag on it with your name. Be sure to check out the Skidoo Summit Expert 850 Turbo. That's it for What's New. We'll be back with more at your leisure in a minute.